Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and this is our final week of our show being presented to you by the New London Barn Playhouse, where their vision is to stage theatrical productions which engage, inspire, and entertain, exceeding expectations in every way. Today, we'll meet the guy responsible for dressing all the barn actors, costume designer Dustin Cross. Barbara Sulivan will give us a tour and rundown on the substantial improvements underway at the Livery in Sunapee Harbor. Amy Drummnd will give us the timetable for this year's duck drop at Mount Sunapee. And we'll meet the Wilmot Fire Chief, who will tell us about their drive-thru Sunday breakfast fundraiser. And we close the show as we hear from Glenn Perreault, the owner of Colonial Pharmacy here in New London, for another chamber member feature. Don't go away, because you won't want to miss this week's edition of the Yankee Chronicle. We'll be right back.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a La Valley Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more, with more frequent major weather events. Don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from the famous porch here at the New London Barn Playhouse in New London. And I'm now joined by Dustin Cross, who's the resident costume designer this summer. Hi, Dustin.
Hi, Abby. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for meeting me and talking about this really fun season that the barn has planned. And this is your first summer being here as the resident costume designer. You've been here before, but not like this.
I have. This is my 3rd season back. The way the barn usually operates is we have a different designer for each show.
Sure.
This time I'm taking over all 5 shows for the season.
So exciting. So
Yeah.
what's that mean for you going into the season, never having really done something like this before?
It's a lot of pre-planning.
I bet.
I mean, we're talking like charts and charts and charts.
Excel spreadsheets.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
You know, communicating with the directors, sort of getting that idea of cast and where they end up before. And then just applying it to each show.
And you have to meet with each individual actor as well to kind of size them and
That's my favorite part. Yes, I meet with each actor, take them into a fitting, get a measurement, and then sort of figure out their persona. This year we're taking a very, very contemporary look at these musicals.
Oh, cool.
So sort of figuring out how they style themselves as a person and then putting that into their character.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And so then you work closely with the costume shop here at the barn, I'm sure.
do.
Because you create all the looks and then they make them a reality?
They do. They build from the ground up, some of them. Some are street clothes that we take and put into outfits. There's an amazing team here, though. They are students themselves or recent graduates.
Right.
This year we have 3 in the shop.
Wow.
And then my associate, Stacy Segal, who's here and has been here for 3 seasons with me.
Fun.
However, been around the barn forever.
Forever, yes.
Her son's a fixture here as well, Chef
Yes,
Noah.
yes, love that.
So yeah, it's taking that knowledge and putting it through the shop, and they put the paces on the stage.
Really cool. And it must be so fun for you to see what you've designed and then it comes into reality.
I mean, with any design, that's an amazing
Sure.
thing to see. The vision that goes from my head, which sometimes makes me feel like a crazy person.
Yeah, like, is this gonna work?
Yeah, just becomes a part of that full vision that the audience gets to see.
And tell us a little bit about your background, because it's very interesting. You're not from this area. You come to us from New York.
I do.
And so tell a little bit about your background as a costume designer.
So I was an actor before I was a
Oh,
costume
I didn't know
designer.
that.
Went to school for vocal music.
Okay.
Got a major at Shenandoah Conservatory. Moved to New York, did Phantom for a little bit,
Love
and
it.
then decided that I had completed my life as an actor, and I'd always loved costume design and how things fit on me.
Yeah.
So then I applied that into a costume design approach at work.
Interesting.
And from there, yeah, Broadway, off-Broadway, I just finished a feature film 2 years ago and have a new one coming up with Paramount starting in November. So it's
Wow.
really exciting.
So we'll have to keep up to date on that one.
Yes, please.
And just talk a little bit before I let you go about COVID and theater. What have you done in the last year, and what's it mean to you to be back doing theater?
What have I done in the last year? A lot of focus on the future.
Yes.
You know, the last year gave us a lot of time to really reflect on how fortunate I was as a designer. I lost 23 shows when COVID hit.
Wow.
But really taking the time to reflect on what that meant and where I could go from there. So now that I'm here at the barn, it's just focusing on giving the best experience to each actor and really enjoying myself and embracing that thought as a costume designer.
And I'm sure a little bit of appreciation for what you probably did before, and then you had all this time off and you're thinking, oh, I appreciate my line of work here.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, just being out of the house daily is a gift itself, but then to come and create what you love to do is really, I mean, that's the true gift of theater.
And before we got started, you said that you were on your way to an opening of a show you had worked on when you got the call that this is it.
I
this
was.
Is off, but not for as long as we thought.
No, I mean, we were opening 6 on Broadway.
Cool.
We were on our way there for opening night, and Broadway shut down. We were in Times Square when we watched it just sort of crumble, and your phone went crazy with text messages where people were like, theater's not coming back. I thought it was 2 weeks. Like I told you, I put a pool up at my parents' house, and we just stayed in that pool for a year and a half now.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I know an unrealistic time off in terms of getting back to work, but I'm sure knowing that you're back here and back to work must feel really, really good.
Well, the barn is such a family to begin with, so it feels great to be around family.
Definitely.
I mean, immediate family is who I spent the year with, but my extended family is now who I get to spend the summer with.
Well, it's so nice to meet you and introduce everybody when they come see a show this summer. Take a look at all the costumes because you're the mastermind behind it.
Well, thank you, and I hope everyone enjoys this summer.
It's going to be really exciting. Dustin Cross, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much, Abby.
What a treat to get a behind-the-scenes curtain process for making your New London Barn Playhouse experience memorable. When we return, Barbara Sulivan will give us a tour and update us on the amazing work being done with the Livery building in Sunapee Harbor. But first, these words from some of the good folks that make your Yankee Chronicle possible.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to protect yourself from the potential rising costs of fuel. The H.R. Clough Smart Pay Plan offers you the very best price. Call and talk to one of the expert staff about the right plan for you and your home. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
A part of the landscape around Sunapee Harbor for generations has been the Livery. Originally the transportation rental hub of horses and carriages serving the Grand Hotel overlooking the harbor, it now has a new mission and life. Let's join Barbara Sulivan for an update. Hi, Barbara.
I think what's very unique about the Livery, its positioning at the juncture of the Sugar River and Lake Sunapee in the harbor. It's one of my most favorite places in our town because of all the things that have happened there. I always start with the word livery because this is not a word that is in people's vocabulary. And when they come into the building for the first time, sometimes they'll say, is it livery, livery? What is that word? And livery is a word that originates from the French word lever, to hand over. And it describes a place where horses reside and you get a buggy and a horse for hire, to differentiate it from a home stable or a large town stable. So a livery is where you pay for horse services. And this livery was built to accompany this hotel that was here. It had some hundreds of rooms, incredibly enough on that small spot. And this was more of a tradesman's hotel rather than the luxury hotels that were elsewhere in Sunapee. And so just picture in those days, 1890, the roads were terrible here. So you would come by train, by boat, and then by train. But if you were to come in by horse, you'd have to put your horse somewhere for the night. You'd come up to the Livery. You'd stay in the overnight hotel. They would take your horse through the front doors of the Livery and take the horse down this incredible wooden ramp that's circular. It's still there. And then the horses stayed underneath on the stable level, which is level number 2 that you see there, and the carriages and the tack and all the working guys that were here would be upstairs. We have multiple teams of workmen getting retaining walls, shoring up the old beams, digging out rubble from 1890 onward to complete the structural rebuilding of our foundation of the Livery. So this starts with the generosity of our town. They used this building for many uses over the years. It was our town office, our jail, our water and sewer department, municipal court, anything you could think of. Boy Scout meetings, town meetings. That all happened after the automobile came and they didn't need the Livery for horses anymore. So what happened was the town didn't have a use for it. It was deteriorating and it became a liability for them. And a bunch of people about 15 years ago heard the word demolition. And all the history people came out of the woodwork and said, oh no, oh no, but how to save it? Because literally, if a 4-story wooden building does not have a use and you don't take care of it, it is not going to survive. So our first efforts were to get it recognized. And 2 people, Betsy Katz and Betsy Webb, in fact the whole Webb family, were really influential in drawing attention to this. They went to the state and they got us on the list of places to be preserved in New Hampshire, historic places. And then we were put on the 7 to Save list by the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance. And once you get on that list, everybody who cares about old buildings now is aware of. And so that's how it started. But the big turning point came when we decided to go after a grant from the Northern Borders Regional Commission. And this is a government organization that grants money to economic and community projects in New York, Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. If you can prove to them that you have a goal to create a new culture and broaden, this village with this building, then they were all in, and we are forever grateful for what they have done for us. We've got a website. It couldn't be easier, www.thelivery.org. And when you get there, you can find the donation page, but come for a tour. If you get on our email list, then we're going to let you know once this is tourable. And we'll also have mid-construction tours for the people who are really interested in the building part. Because we don't want anyone to miss this who has the sort of skills or the background to appreciate what's happening here. It's pretty fantastic.
Thanks, Barbara. So much going on around Sunapee Harbor. If you haven't been in a while, you should plan a visit. When we return, we'll get an update on this year's duck drop and meet the Wilmot Fire Chief, who will invite you to breakfast. But first, the next installment of supporters of your Yankee Chronicle.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a La Valley Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host this week. Let's now join Amy Drummnd for a peek at this year's duck drop. Hi, Amy.
We are excited to announce we will be back in person, live at the Mount Sunapee Resort on October 9th. Save the date. We'll be back in person, throwing ducks, riding the lifts, all kinds of activities, all for a great cause, supporting the Boys and Girls Club of Central New Hampshire and 2 local charities that we will announce shortly. So please mark your calendars and come and just have a fun-filled day at the mountain. This year is our 5th year, and it's sure to be bigger and better than ever. As we're back at the mountain live, our goal is a big one, $500,000 for the culmination of 5 years. We're hoping to raise $160,000 for our wonderful organizations, so please help us get to our goal. And if you want to be a sponsor, just get in touch with me. We have multiple levels and lots of opportunities to get involved. We hope to have all the sponsorships wrapped up by the end of August. And if you're interested, contact me now so you can take advantage of the wonderful benefits of being a sponsor. Come and enjoy the beautiful scenery, purchase your ducks, and ride the lift. Our wonderful sponsors have created beautiful targets that line the mountain as you ride the lift and toss your ducks at whatever prize opportunity you are interested in. So please mark your date, save the date, mark the date, and come see us at Mount Sunapee Resort on October 9th.
If you are a business and want to support this fundraiser, please contact Amy. Now let's head over to Wilmot Fire Department to hear about their breakfast invitation. Hi, Chief.
I'm Sam Clark. I'm the chief here at Wilmot Fire Department. I'm here to tell you about our breakfast Sunday morning, June 20th. Starts at 8 a.m., goes till 11. It's a drive-through breakfast. We'll be serving eggs, bacon, sausage, Heather's French toast, and hash browns as well. And we'll have some outdoor seating as well if people would like to stay after and eat outside. We do these fundraisers because we're one of the last fire departments in the state that is not owned by the town, so we're a private organization. We're a 501c3, so we use this money to offset our budget by purchasing PPE and other equipment like that. So we really hope you'll join us Sunday. The Wilmot Fire Department is composed of about 15 to 20 active members. We respond to, on average, 150 to 200 calls a year, varying from structure fires, trees down the roadway, many medical calls, car accidents, and so on. It's especially special here because of the fact that we're all 100% volunteer and not owned by the town, so it goes a long ways for the members. Since we're such a small department with not a large amount of resources, it's great that we have mutual aid, and that mutual aid compact allows us to better respond to structure fires or anything like medical calls or car accidents, and use the other town's assets and tools and equipment to help better our town as we help them with ours. So it'll be June 20th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's going to be a drive-through breakfast, so you'll be able to come right up along the side of the building here. It'll be just like McDonald's, and pick up your food and hopefully enjoy it.
A good meal for a good cause. Thanks, Chief, and thank you to all the first responders everywhere that serve and protect us. When your Yankee Chronicle returns, we get another North Cape Design Build Lake Sunapee Region Chamber member feature as we visit Colonial Pharmacy. Now let's highlight a few more of the community-minded businesses that support this show.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Chamber Member Feature is brought to you by North Cape Design and Build, a world-class design build partner committed to enhancing our local community.
Colonial Pharmacy is a locally owned pharmacy doing business here in New London since 1967. And we're here in our third and our final home at 82 Newport Road next to the Millstone Restaurant. We offer a variety of items here that range from women's clothing right down to any medical, pharmaceutical needs you could ever hope for. In our pharmacy department, we have now 2 dispensing robots to help with the automated filling of prescriptions. We have a full compounding lab to, I guess you could say, manufacture prescription medications that are not commercially available. We do quite a bit of what's called either compliance or convenience packaging for people who are either traveling or need a little help managing their medications. So we have a wide variety of merchandise here in the front store. Anything from women's clothing, seasonal items. So we have a full assortment of beach toys and floats. We have a large selection of puzzles, games, one of the largest Lego retailers in the area. Full gift items. We try to focus on mainly New Hampshire craftspeople, but we also have some regional craftspeople that we bring into the store from Vermont and Maine. In addition to providing all the traditional services that a pharmacy provides, we also have a focus on clinical services such as immunizations and some point-of-care testing. As an example of some of the immunization services we're providing, we are offering 3 separate days of COVID vaccine immunizations. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays that are run by the state. You would have to go to the VINI system and sign up for a vaccine, and if we have available appointments, you can select Colonial Pharmacy to make your appointment. We are also running COVID vaccine clinics on Wednesdays and Fridays with vaccine obtained from our federal partner. Those vaccine clinics are done by going to our website, which is www.colonialpharmacy.com, and clicking on the link to make an immunization appointment, selecting COVID-19 vaccination, and filling out the questionnaire on our website. And if anyone has any questions or they're not computer savvy or connected, they can always call us here at the pharmacy. Right now, even though it's early in the season, we are seeing an influx of our summer people, summer residents returning to their homes. I anticipate it being a very busy season here in the New London, Lake Sunapee area, just by that fact alone. Summer is definitely our busiest time of year. We have a large influx of seasonal residents, and it always puts a strain on our staffing. So if anyone out there is looking for a job at this time, we are definitely hiring. We are definitely hiring part-time and full-time, mainly store floor people and cashiers. We are located in New London, New Hampshire. We're in our fairly new home at 82 Newport Road, which is right across the street from the visiting nurses and right next door to the Bistro at 74 Main, formerly known as the Millstone Restaurant. We can be reached by calling 526-2233. That'll get you into the pharmacy, and you can use our menu to navigate to the different departments in the store. We have a website, which is www.colonialpharmacy.com. And I'd like to extend an invitation to all of you to come in and just see what Colonial Pharmacy has to offer.
Thank you, Lynn. FYI, all the books being discussed are available at Main Street Bookends in Warner. Read on, folks. Next week, Yankee Chronicle will be presented by KVM Builders, a premier custom home building and renovation company. Tune in to learn where they are and why they should be your next building partner. Don't miss our Game of the Week, Great Saves from the Past. This week, YCN will feature a 2018 Girls Division II Basketball Championship between John Stark and Hollis Brookline. All our games replay at 12 noon and 5 p.m. on Sundays and Mondays on WYCX. Check out other outside television programs of original shows featuring the most exciting extreme sports, from rock climbing, biking, water sports, and of course skiing. I'm Abby Peel. Join us next week at this same time for another edition of Yankee Chronicle, presented to you by KBC Builders, where they stand for 3 things: quality, quality, and quality. Stay safe, everyone.